I'm teacher Nathan from Writers at Work. This evening, let's take a look at St. Nicholas Girls' School WA1 P6 paper from 2023. We'll take a look at some Section A questions first, grammar, vocab, as well as vocabulary clues. Subsequently, we will look at Rosyth Primary School P6 Prelim Section B. Okay, we left that off from, I think, a few weeks back. Yes, Sue, this is P6. But I'll say that whether you are in P5 or P6, it doesn't really matter, because eventually we are still working towards the same goal, which is to prepare yourself for the PSLE. Okay, in fact, actually this WA1 paper, I'll say is fairly straightforward in a sense that it is meant for P5 students that just got promoted to P6 anyways. Okay. Hello, Adrian. Good to see you back. I think I also saw Reefer. Yep, good to see you guys back again. Hello, April. Okay, come, let's take a look at grammar questions now. Lena enjoys dash her mother with the household chores every weekend. Okay, so for this question here, we are looking at tenses. Okay, so many answers. Refers to, everyone says number 2. Yeah, very good. For this question here, our answer is number 2. Because the fact that you're assisting your mother, this is what we call a gerund. Right? It's basically a verb acting as a noun. Hello, Cheyenne. Because enjoys here is your verb already. Okay? Now, I know all of you know the answer, but let's quickly revise the other options as well. Assist, present tense plural. Assistance, this one is usually found in your editing, right? It's basically the act of helping someone. Cheyenne, okay, Cheyenne. Okay, thanks for sharing how to pronounce your name. Okay, last one, having assisted. We rarely see this, but this is in the perfect participle form. Okay. So usually this shows that my action is completed before another action in the past. Past, present. It's either present tense or past tense. There's no such thing as past, present, April. I think what you're referring to is this, have assisted. Am I correct? For have assisted, this is in the present perfect tense. Okay. Now, the examiner is not going to ask you what's the tense, but you need to at least know when to use each of these tenses. Okay, so I just hope everyone pays attention to this part. Now, there is a difference between this past participle form as well as this present perfect tense. Okay, usually for present perfect, my action is completed, but the effect is still felt. So for example, I can say that I have read the news and want to know more. The action of flipping the newspaper is finished, right? But the curiosity is still there, which is the effect. Having assisted, this perfect participle form is usually talking about how one action has already occurred before my second action took place. For example, having lived in UK before, Tom could tell me which tube or the MRT line to take. Okay. Okay. April is asking about question 2 already. Yeah. I placed an order a while ago. Dash, I have yet to receive any parcel, said the customer. Okay, Cheyenne and Rachel say, April says number 1. Okay, very good. For question 2, you are being tested on conjunctions. Yes, your answer is number 1. And it's usually talking about your two contrasting situations, right? You order a while ago, this is situation 1, and you did not receive the parcel, situation 2. And these two are contrasting. Yes, very good. Sue also, Adrian. Okay, now I want to ask everybody, then when do we use although? But and although they have the same function, correct? Is to use to show contrast. Okay, some of you may just have that feeling that number 1 is the answer, but you don't know why we don't use number 4, even though it's also a contrast, right? Well, for number 4, it needs to be of the same subject. Although Ali was sick, he still went to school. Same subject, Ali. That's why we use although. For number 1, there are two different subjects. You place an order, then you never receive the parcel. Okay? It's but. Okay? Now, until is up to a point in time mentioned, while before is used to show sequence. Okay? Now, let's take a look at number 3 now. After many months of training, the confident gymnast completed her routine dash ease. Okay, Sue said number 4. Are there any answers? Are there any different answers? So for question 3, we are looking at prepositions. Prepositions are basically words to show position, location, and relationship between your subjects in the sentence. Okay, April, refer, Sue all says number 4. Okay, very good. Adrian as well. Okay, the answer is number 4, with, because we are looking at how you possess something, or you're accompanied by something. Okay, and in this case here, we're looking at how the gymnast, when she's doing her her stretching or whatever, you can do it together at a very relaxed position, right? Because she knows what's happening. Okay, Cheyenne says number 1, at ease. No, it's not at, because at is used to show location. Okay, so usually we will say, we will use the word at to show where somebody is. Mother is at the shopping mall. Okay, or maybe you want to talk about a particular time, you also can use at. Brother is meeting me at 1 p.m. That's how you use your preposition at. Okay, let's quickly look at number 2. By is used to show a method or a source, while for is used to show that you're in support of something. Okay, question 4 is on 3. Okay, we are still at question 3 now, yeah? And the answer for question 3 is number 4. Okay, Cheyenne? The answer is not 1. Okay, let's move on to number 4 now. She'd be thrilled if we won the cruise tickets, dash, ask Ime. Okay, this question is a question tag kind of question. And we already see that the keyword is should. So it's either she would be or she had been. Okay? Okay. Cheyenne says number 3, Adrian and our friend says number 4, right? Refer and April. Okay, we look at this sheet again. If I want to use she would, it'll be followed by B. If I want to use had, it needs to be followed by been, B-E-E-N. Look over here. What do we have? We have be. So this sentence is she would be thrilled. And therefore our answer is wouldn't she. Okay? So we need to be very clear of this apostrophe thing. Same thing is this one. She is, she has. So it'll be she has been. She is, then it needs to be with an ing at the back. Okay? Positive and negative. Yes, very good, Cheyenne. Has to, no. If it's has, it needs to be hasn't. Had, then it will be hadn't. Okay, I think there's some careless mistake there. Yeah, thanks, Refer, for also pointing out the same thing. Okay, come, let's take a look at number 5 now. Having helped the stray dogs dash their forever homes, Raja was overjoyed. Okay, for this question here, we are looking at tenses. The first thing that we observe is help. This is already a verb. Stray dogs is a noun. And we have a second verb again. Okay? So when we have a verb, noun, verb kind of rule, what we call a bare infinitive rule. Okay, and we'll use the base form here, which is present tense plural. Okay, so it's having found, yes. Having helped, correct. So in this way, our answer will be number 1. Very good, everybody. Now let's quickly look through the other options to learn. Finds is present tense and singular. Found is past tense. And we have finding. So finding here is, you need to add a is or are in front. Okay, then it will be in the present continuous tense. So present continuous here means that my action is ongoing as I speak. Okay. Okay, I just give everyone some time to take in the information for our first 5 questions. Then we will move on to our next 5 questions subsequently. Okay. Yeah, I really like this discussion and also the sharing of answers and ideas on this comment section, right? So guys, if you guys have comments or you guys are unsure of anything, do feel free to ask. Okay. Okay, teacher cannot see. Which question we should are you looking at? Okay. Okay, if there are no further questions, let's move on to question 6. The violinist gained dash recognition after a splendid solo performance last evening. Okay, for this question here, we're looking at determiners. Determiners basically tell you the quantity of something. Now we observe that there was a splendid solo performance, which means that she performed very well. Okay. Now I have Sue who says number 2, April says number 3. The next thing we need to observe is recognition. Can you count the recognition or not? Well, the answer is no, you cannot count the recognition. Right? So in the sense, we are looking at a very well done performance. So it's very likely that the quantity is high, but it is uncountable. So in this sense, our answer will be number 2. Number 3 is for countable and of high quantity. Okay. Now, several is low quantity and countable. Few is also low quantity and countable. Okay. Yes, the answer is number 2, April. Okay, let's take a look at number 7 now. $10 a day, that's a lot of pocket money. My mother only gives me half your amount every week, sighed John. Okay, this question is simple, subject for agreement. Okay, the answers are coming in quick. Okay, very good. The answer is number 1 because gives present tense. Next thing, we are looking at this quantity, which is singular. Okay, very good. April, Cheyenne, Refer, Adrian. Yep. Okay, moving on. Look at question 8 now. Mr. Lee, who dash been insistent on his idea previously, has decided to accept the team's suggestion. So this is testing you on tenses. Okay. Now, we observe that he has decided. So this is already telling you that this is already past tense. And the insistence occurred before this. So this is action number 1, then followed by action number 2. Right? Okay, I can see a lot of people's answer is number 1 for question 8, right? That's where everybody fall for the trick. It cannot be has been insistent and has decided. We haven't put answer. Oh, that's for the previous one. Oh, okay. My bad. Okay. Cheyenne says number 3. Okay, I want you to think of it. Mr. Lee is singular. Have is for plural subject. Do you think is correct? Okay, Microsoft support. Which question are we doing? We are doing number 8 now. Adrian says number 2. Okay. April, number 2 as well. I'm asking everybody for the answer now, Cheyenne. Okay, Sue says number 3. Are you sure it's number 3? Have. This is for plural. Mr. Lee is singular. Okay, we have number 3 and number 4 as our answer. Okay, number 2. Okay, I want everybody to ask yourself. when you have the word been, which of the options can pair up with been? Has, have, had, having. Okay, so first card, number 1 is already out. Next, some of you say number 4, having. Having is in continuous form. That means you are trying to show that action is ongoing as you talk. If we look at the question, both number 1 and number 2 took place in the past. So definitely option 4 is out as well. Because my action is not ongoing. It happened in the past. So that leaves me with number 2 as my answer. But why is it number 2? Okay, we cannot just say it's by elimination. Alright? It's because I like to use a timeline. The Mr. Lee accept the idea is in the past. And when was he insistent? He needs to be insistent first. Then he changed his idea or his mindset, right? Then he accept the idea. I see has, so I changed to yes. Yeah, very good, Reefer. That's a very good way, good observation. Some of our friends who cannot observe so quickly, my suggestion is you just draw this very simple timeline. It gives you the whole idea immediately. Then you can prevent careless mistakes. Okay? So I would say this is a slightly more challenging question. But you see, once you understand how this whole sentence work, it's not really difficult. It's just about being careful. Okay, look at question 9 now. Dashed from the fact that he consumes too much salt, his diet is quite healthy. Okay. Okay, number 1. Audrey says number 1 as well. Okay, this question is testing you on conjunctions, as some of you may know. Right? Conjunctions connect information together. Then you have the word from. Okay, and there are only 2 answers that like 2 options that you will narrow down, apart from, resulting from. But you can see that we are looking at additional information here, right? Similar ideas. So it will be apart from. Okay, resulting from is used to show cause effect. Besides, it's also used to show additional information, but the keyword from here prevents me from using it. Despite is used to show contrast. Okay, since everybody is on this topic of conjunctions, I want to ask everybody, when do you use despite and when do you use although? Okay, this is not part of the question, but I just want to get a sensing. Yeah, refer. We are not looking at the question now. I'm just covering something else. Okay, maybe the question I will change it. Despite, what must it be followed with? And although, what must it be followed with? I give you some options. Verb, noun, adjective. You can virtually circle the answer, alright? Despite is adjective. Okay. Despite adjective. Any other answers? Although is noun, okay. What else? Okay, let me just point out. There can be more than one answer for despite and although. So you can circle more than one of these. Cheyenne, we are looking at, okay, number 9, the answer is 1. Okay, now I'm looking at this extra question here. Look at the box. Despite and although. Or can be verb is for which one? So despite is verb or noun, is it? Or what is it? Despite. Okay, are there any more answers? Keep the answers coming. Okay, some people are confused. Anybody else is confused, or does somebody know what I'm looking at? Despite is adjective. Okay, Audrey, good. Same. Okay. Anything else? Okay, we'll close this poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. When we have despite, it's always followed by only noun. Although is followed by verb and noun. Okay. Let me give you, so there's no adjective. There's no adjective, I repeat. Despite being ill, Ali went to school. Ill here is a noun. You're referring to sickness. Despite the fact that brother was angry, he still hugged me. Okay, you see the fact. So I'm looking at the fact. This fact here is also a noun. Whatever is at the back here is just extra information. Okay, I just follow which word sounds right. Okay. Now you tell me that you can just follow. When you go to P6, if you look at the prelim papers, despite is one option, although is the second option. Then how are you going to choose the correct option then? It cannot be just, oh, which one sounds right, yeah? There is some kind of grammar rule behind it. Okay, that's why I want to point it out to everybody today. Okay, yeah? So we look at despite already. It needs to be followed by a noun. Okay, how about verb plus ing for despite? Verb plus ing is known as a gerund. Right? Despite. Why don't you provide a sentence refer? Okay, let me just show you. Despite running a high fever, Ali went to school. Is this what you're looking for? The verb plus ing thing? Okay. Running a high fever here, or the fact that he's running a high fever, right? This is actually a gerund. We're not looking at how, somebody is really, running with your legs. The whole idea is this piece of information after despite needs to be a noun. Okay, gerund, verb plus ing, this can be a gerund. A gerund is a noun. Okay. Now let's take a look at although. Although mother look at we had this sentence, right? Although the brother sentence. Although brother was angry, he still hugged me. Brother here is your noun. Brother's angry. Angry here refers to your you can either say it's an adjective or you can say it's a verb. Right? But usually, although will be followed by a verb and a noun. It needs to come together. Okay? So let this sink in a bit. I think a lot of our students, even my students, they just go by the gut feel. But when you are sitting in the exam hall and you have these two options, you're going to have a hard time. Okay, I don't want to confuse you even further, but if you want to be very good at this topic, you should also look at you should ask yourself what's the difference between however, but, despite, although. Okay. If you really want to challenge yourself, you can search this up tonight. Okay. I'm not going to share more because I don't want to confuse everyone. But if you guys come for our other TikTok sessions on Sundays, I will share with you guys. Okay. I have seen papers, I think from the 2023 year, where they test despite, although, and however, or is it but or nonetheless. Yeah. So you need to be very careful on that. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to. Okay, let's go back to the paper now. Okay, I can see some answers coming in already. Okay, give me a moment. Let me erase all my scribblings. Okay. By the end of next month, Julia dash her diving course. Okay, Cheyenne, April. Any more answers? Okay, refers is number 4. Okay, Sue, okay, very good. Okay, number 10 is talking about tenses, yeah? And I think everybody can get the answer so quickly. Now the answer is number 4, okay? It's because of this will end of next month, because this is a future event. Right? So very good. Okay, that's not, was it April? Was it somebody that talk about the has completed or has something on? Yeah. Then we have one example here. Has completed. This is present perfect. So that's what we shared just now. Your action is completed. Oh, it's not you. Okay, then I don't know who is it. Yeah, I'm not going to search the chat, but present perfect basically means that your action is completed, but the effect is still felt. Okay. Okay, is completing. This is known as your present continuous. And when do we use this? To show ongoing action as you speak. Okay. Complete, I think all of us know present tense singular. Okay, will have complete. This is what we call future perfect tense. Completed. Will have completed. Okay. What is future perfect tense? Basically, it means that action will end sometime in the future. Okay. And is number 1. Answer is number 1. For which question? Number 10? Cheyenne? No, for question 10, our answer is number 4. Because by the end of next month, this is a future event. Yes. If I just cover the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words, Juliet dash her diving course, completes her diving course, then can. Okay, I hope everybody is clear. Okay, I'll just leave this here for a bit. Just let everybody take in the information, especially the despite and although thing lah. Okay. Wow. Okay, who is this elite? Yeah, we are looking at St. Nicholas WA1 2023. I only have 2020. Okay. Well, I'll just say that you can always, I mean, the answers that I share and the options are available. You can just look at the screen and choose, right? I'll say that 2023 and 2024 papers, there are differences, right? Because we know that each school, the setters are they change, right, probably. I think that's good exposure, right? When you look at the different papers and you try answering the questions. Okay, come look at vocab now. The mother dashed the toddler's hand tightly to prevent him from dashing across the road. Okay, the keyword is the hand was held tightly. Right? Okay, so many answers. One. Okay. Are there any other answers? Grip here means you hold something firmly. Okay. Clamp. This means you fasten something. Usually we talk about you clamp something down to the ground, right? Fasten is used. It means that it is firmly fixed to a position. And wrench. Wrench means you twist something violently. Okay, so in this case, our answer here, okay, so many. April, grip, dark roads. Yep, very good, everybody. The answer here is number 1. Okay, let's move on. The minister dashed the courtesy campaign to encourage everyone to be kind and considerate. So we are trying to say that the minister started this campaign, right? So let's take a look at the options. The first one is lay off. It means you stop employing someone. Secondly is put off. Put off means you delay event. Called off means you cancel an event. Okay, BT, Su, okay. Kick off. Kick off here means you begin event. Okay, very good. So everybody is aware of the answer. Yes, the answer here is number 4. Okay. Huh? Cannot be. Why is it 1, Cheyenne? The answer is number 4, okay? You cannot lay off the campaign. You lay off, that means you stop employing somebody. Okay? Answer is 4. Okay, come, let's take a look at number 13 now. The rude boy was severely reprimanded by his teacher for the lack of dash. Okay, now at question 13, yeah? Now, the first thing we observe is rude. That means the person doesn't respect others. Okay, now let's take a look. Okay, a lot of people say it's number 3. Are there any other answers? Okay, the first, okay, let me just go through the options, then you guys decide whether you still want number 1 to be your answer. Okay, April say, I thought humility was humiliate. Now I Google and found out it's humble. Yes, it's humble. Humble basically means that you are modest, or you have a low view of one's importance. Okay. Now let's go through the options one by one. Civility means you are very you formal or polite in behavior or speech. Okay. Nobility means that you are honest or you have kindness or courage. Hostility means unfriendly. Okay, so I give you this chance now. Look at the meanings, and you want to think whether your answer is still number 3. Okay, Sue says number 2. Wow, why suddenly everybody say change the answer to number 2? Okay, I want everybody to ask yourself, what is the meaning of rude? What is the meaning? Or can you picture in your head, how would a rude boy behave to you? Our friends here, please don't see that other people put 2 as the answer, then you go and put 2 as well. Okay, essay not friendly, no manners. Okay, rude here is no manners, no respect for somebody. Okay, so what is a kind of behavior that's rude? What are some examples? Maybe when you are talking in class halfway, somebody stand up and tell you to shut up. That's called rude, right? So in that sense, we are not saying the teacher cannot scold him for the lack of kindness or courage, but rather the teacher scolding him because he's not polite to other people. Can you see where we are coming from? Okay, now everybody is choosing number 1 as the answer. Yes, our answer here is number 1. Okay. We will end by 6:15. Okay, it seems like most of you don't really understand the meaning, right? And then until I explain. So I think it's very important when we learn the vocab, learn new words. I think you should take out a notebook and write down the meaning. Okay, I already found it out for you. Civility, maybe you just dash. That means you need to be formal or need to be polite. Noble, you do the same thing. Okay, I'll just leave this on for a bit. Our friends who are learning these new vocabulary words can write it down. Now, why do I insist, on my students when it comes to writers at work that to do this? Well, the reason is simple. The examiners love to test a few words, right? So if you are able to remember these words and their meaning, you'll be able to get full marks for your vocabulary. It's not really difficult. It's about how much effort you want to put in to gain the knowledge. Okay? So for those of our friends online, I highly encourage you, take out a notebook, you write it down. It seems like you guys weren't really sure of the options. Okay? Yep, Cheyenne, the answer for number 13 is number 1. Okay, I give everybody 30 more seconds to write and take note of your of whatever you need. We'll okay, 20 more seconds, then we'll move on to question 14. Okay, look at question 14 now. The workers dash restored the old paintings to its former beauty. Okay, the keyword here is to its former beauty. That means they did a very good job. They put in a lot of effort to do this. Okay. Now look at the options. The first one is exhaustively, which means that something that is complete or includes everything. Okay, Audrey say number 4. Are there any more answers? Nonchalantly means you are very casual, very calm or relaxed. Persuasively means that you in a way that makes someone want to do something. Painstakingly means you take great care and effort. Any other answers? Okay, as what Audrey said, the answer here will be number 4. Okay, so good job. Because of the fact that they restore to the former beauty, which means that probably a lot of effort is done. Yes, very good, April. The answer is number 4. Okay, let's move on. Look at number 15. The coach encouragement dashed her resolve to win the match when she was about to give up. So you can see we are looking at something about resolve. Resolve means that you become determined to do something. Okay. Now, stretch here means you reach out as far as possible. Suppress refers to putting an end to something. Straighten means you become straight. And strengthen means that you become stronger. Okay, very good. I have a lot of answers coming in. Yeah, so for this case, our answer will be number 4 as well. Because when you are determined, you are strong in terms of your emotions, right? And you have this goal of winning. Okay, very good. I'll just give everyone a few minutes to pen down if you need to take note of any vocabulary before we move on. Okay, I'll give everyone 2 minutes to do so. Okay, if there are no further questions, let's take a look at vocab close now. Okay, so what will happen is as follows. I'll read through the text with you and we'll understand the meaning of the words that are underlined. Once we are done, we'll take a look at the options and we'll choose the most appropriate one. Okay? So let's read the text. People have long kept goldfish in small tanks. However, if you want your goldfish to grow to its full potential, you should get a tank of a suitable size. Okay, for the word potential here, the meaning is to say that you want to develop that, you want the capacity to develop or grow. Okay, so when you reach that full potential, it's like the maximum you can grow or develop. There are many varieties of goldfish, right? Some can grow up to 16 inches. If you are tight on space, so tight on means that you have little available area or room. Okay, a fancy goldfish is better. Fancy goldfish have 2 tails and a shorter body that don't require much room. While most goldfish can put up with poor water quality. So put up with here means that you tolerate or endure something. Okay? When the water quality is poor, it can stunt the fish growth. Stunt here refers to you prevent something from growing. Or developing properly. Okay, and small tanks are not appropriate homes for goldfish. So not appropriate means unsuitable, or you can say they are improper. Okay. I hope everybody is clear of the meanings of the underlined words. If anybody has questions regarding them, regarding any of these words, you can just sound up. All right. Okay, give everyone 30 more seconds, then we'll move on already. Okay, look at number 16. Potential. Potential means you have the capacity to develop and grow. So let's take a look at my options. The first one is size. Size just refers to how large or small something is. Progress. Progress refers to the development towards something. More advanced or better. Okay, 3. Capacity or capability means the ability or power to do something. And competence means that you can do something successfully. Okay, so go back to our question. We're looking at potential, which refers to the capacity or the ability to develop and grow. So the closest answer would be capability, because you have the key word is the ability to do something. Okay. Now look at number 17. You are tight on space. So tight on refers to little available area. Okay, now look at the options given. The first one is lack. Lack means you not enough or something. Crave. Crave means you have a desire for something. Demand means that you insist on something. Possess means that you belong or you own something. Okay, very good. Both words sound the same. For which one? Okay, 1 or 3. Okay, we go back to our text. Let's read this sentence. If you are tight on space, a fancy goldfish is a better fit for you. Okay, go back again. Some people say number 1. Some people say number 3. Now, this you here, who is it referring to? Goldfish or human? So the writer is talking to the human, right? The humans own the goldfish. So would the human demand the space, or the goldfish will want the space? Well, you can see from here, your human cannot demand the space. The whole idea is the human lack the space to let the goldfish grow, right? So in the sense, our answer here will be number 1. Okay? Now look at number 18 now. Put up with, that means tolerate or endure something. All right? Now let's look at our options for 18 now. First one is correct. Correct means that something is free from error. Okay? Next one is forgive. Forgive means you stop feeling angry towards someone. For the mistakes they made. Tolerate means that you bear with something unpleasant or annoying. And reinforce means you strengthen or support something. Okay, so in this case here, when we're looking at how you're trying to deal with something that is unpleasant, right? When we talk about poor water quality, the closest answer that we will have is number 3. We need to tolerate because it's something unpleasant. Okay. Now moving on to number 19. Stun the fish growth. So you prevent the fish from growing well or growing properly, right? So let's take a look at the options. The first one is impair. So impair means you weaken or damage something. Impact. Impact here means that that one object come into contact with another. It's like crash, then there's an impact, right? Impede, number 3, means you prevent or hinder something. Impress means you make someone feel admired or respected. Okay, so looking back at our option, right? When we look at how when you stun a fish growth, that means you prevent something from happening. The closest answer that we have would be number 3. You impede something. All right. Okay. Lastly, let's take a look at number 20. When we look at how something is not appropriate, which means something is unsuitable, it's not proper for its use. Okay. So the first word is ill-suited. Ill-suited here means something is unsuitable. Then we have ill-placed, which means it's an inappropriate location. Ill-favored, which means something is unattractive. And ill-prepared means you're not ready for something. Okay? So in this case here, because the whole idea is you're looking at how the small tank is not appropriate as a home, right? The closest answer that we have would be ill. Okay, and number 2, any more answers? Okay, for this question here, it's a bit tricky, right? Because it says, the small tanks are in not appropriate homes. Now, if I just say that the small tanks are ill-placed, can. But the thing is, they say small tanks are something homes. If I say ill-placed, okay, like what Cheyenne says, it means I will say small tanks are inappropriate homes. You get where I'm coming from? So, number 2 can only make sense if the word homes is not present. Then I say small tanks are ill-placed, then it makes sense because I'm saying inappropriate homes. But because of the word homes that is present here, I need to use number 1. That's the closest one because that means it's an unsuitable home, right? When we are doing this kind of grammar clause, we need to be very clear, Sometimes we have this kind of repeated words and it just makes the whole sentence wrong. Okay? I'll just give everybody some time to take in the information here first before we move on to our next section. All right? What are we doing now? We are doing, okay, once we are done with this, we'll look at some synthesis and transformation. Then we'll take a look at other section B questions. Okay, we still have around 15 to 20 minutes to talk about English. So that's what we'll do. Okay, if there are no questions, hello Yummy Food 123. Okay, now no further questions, then let's take a look at some synthesis and transformation now. Okay, let's take a look at number 66. David can only go to the park to play after he completes his homework. And we are given the word must. Must here shows that something is compulsory. That means you need to finish. Cannot say no. Then we need to look at something else, which is the sequence. The completion of homework needs to occur first. Then he can go to the park. And this first activity is compulsory. Okay, so this is the thought process that goes through my head when I derive my answer. So the answer is David must complete his homework before he can go to the park to play. Okay? Now let's take a look at number 2. Frustrated, Betty sighed. She lamented that she was making little progress in her project. Okay, this question is slightly more challenging. It encompasses a few parts. Firstly, frustrated here is an adjective. Now, what we are changing is into a noun, right? Okay, very good, Sue. Your answer is correct. Okay. So in this case here, when you sigh in, it will be sigh in frustration. Then we just copy the remaining section of our question back into our answer. Yep, very good. Sighing in frustration. Sighing in frustration. You need to remember Betty, right? Because Betty hasn't been introduced in the start of the sentence. So, okay, seems like everybody is clear on how to answer this question. So we'll move on. Okay. Why did you break your brother's toy car? Mother questioned me. Okay, this is a direct to indirect speech question. We have done quite a bit of this just now, right? So the first thing that we'll do is to identify the words that we need to change. So why I had broken my brother's toy car. Okay, so the answer will be, mother wanted to know why I had broken my brother's toy car. Okay. Now, whenever we do direct to indirect speech, I'm not very afraid of my students, changing the you to I. Simple. The only thing I'm interested in is this. Because this is where a lot of students make mistakes. Why mother wanted to know why had I break my brothers? Okay, that's where the issue comes in already. Had okay, Cheyenne, had break. There's no such thing. Okay. Okay, how do we derive had broken? I share with you how I do it. First thing, look at the question and determine what tense is it in. The question say mother questioned me, right? So this is past tense. So what I do is I draw this timeline, I look at my past tense, and I move back one time period. So it'll be past perfect tense. And I look at the verb, which is tagged under past perfect, which is had broken. Therefore, my answer would be had broken. Yes, it's simple past to past perfect tense. Okay. Cheyenne, if you have some challenges in determining the verb, please consider my method. Draw the timeline, determine it, and get your answer. Okay. Okay, moving on. Look at question 69. Starting next Monday, the shopping mall will extend its opening hours. Okay, so you can see the time period in which some new change is happening is next Monday. So it will always be with effect from. Okay, this is very important. This is yours to show the start date. Next Monday, the shopping mall will extend its opening hours. Can? Quite straightforward question. Now, look at number 70. The police assured the flood victims that help would arrive soon. Okay, this is what we call the active to passive voice. Okay, when we encounter such kind of questions, we observe two things. Police assured flood victims. Assured is an action, is a verb. So the police here is the subject while the flood victims is the object. So what an active to passive voice synthesis and transformation does is it will change your subject and object of the sentence. So you see now, initially flood victim is object. Now we are looking at flood victims as the subject. Next thing, we observe assured, and now it has given the something. So given is the verb, and assured needs to be changed to a noun. It's a change of the word form. So it will be the victims were given the assurance. Now, you can see that this question is very tricky because it requires you to change from active to passive and also change your word form of assured. And assurance is a commonly misspelled word by a lot of students. You guys will put double R or single S, and that's where you -1 mark already. So it will be given the assurance by the police that help will come soon, would arrive soon. Okay, I just copy and paste the back part of the sentence. Would be arrived, would arrive soon. Yummy food. Can? Okay, I'll just leave this here for a bit for everyone to take in the information before we move on to our next paper. Okay, we'll be looking at another synthesis and transformation to end off today. Okay, just to recap my grammar from your live stream for okay, can we do okay, we can do a grammar close, sure. Yep. Okay, come. Okay, I left off this Rosai 2023 P6 prelim paper on at the start of June. Okay, so let's take a look at this paper. Okay, talk about making. Wait, okay, talk about making lemonade when life gives you lemon. Eagle eye shoppers at IKEA, Singapore, spotted misprinted cloth bags dash sale at its online store, as well as its physical store in Alexandra Road. Okay, you can see that the cloth bags were placed on some kind of shopping place, right? Yeah, very good, yummy food and soup. So it'll be is on sale. It's a preposition here. IKEA had misspelled its website address, printing www.this on its cloth bag. Rather dash disposing, IKEA decided to own dash to its mistake and proceed with selling the cloth bags. Yes, very good. Rather than, so you're trying to compare two different outcomes, correct? You can either dispose or you live with the mistake. Comparison. Let's take note here. Okay. Decide to dash its mistake. Who's this? Good deals, good life. Hello. Own dash to its mistake. You know, so over here, what they are trying to say is you're trying to admit something. And this is a phrasal verb. Yeah, very good, Sue. So you'll say you own up to the mistake. The furniture retailer came clean about dash error through an explanation. Okay, so for question 32 here, we're looking at how this error was made by IKEA, right? So it'll be its. Yeah, very good, Sue. These bags dash limited edition and they will not be back. So for question 33 here, we observe that bags is plural, right? And we're looking at a speech. So we will be present tense. So we'll say these bags are limited edition. Okay. Similarly, at IKEA's online store, the misprinted bags are dash being sold with the explanation given. So over here, you can see the bags are being sold in the online store as well as the physical store, right? Here, physical store. So we're trying to say that the online store is an extra place or an additional place where they sell, right? As such, for 34, we'll say that the bags are also being sold. Okay? What is it then? THEN. For which question? Then THAN is for question 30. Yes, they are also being sold. It cannot be then because we're not looking at something that was in the past, right? Both the physical and online stores sold the bag, the misprinted bags at the same time. Okay, look at number 35. A photo posted dash Facebook user Elisa Chu showed the bags on sale at the physical store. You can see that this is a source. So this lady posted the picture. So it'll be the picture was posted by the Facebook user. There is no from in our options, right? If it's from, it needs to be from a photo posted, a photo from Facebook user Alicia Chu, right? You will not have the word posted already. The bag had become popular dash many young shoppers. Now you can see this group of people like the misprinted bag, correct? So we will say has become popular among the shoppers because we are saying that this group of people share a similar view. So 36 will be among. Okay. This was largely due dash the fact that the bag was sold only at 190. So this 190 part is the reason for the popularity. Next, we observe that the word before the blank is due. So these two words, due and the dash, is used to show reason. Okay, so it will be due to the fact. So we are over here for question 37, we are looking at a conjunction. Okay. And lastly, for number 38, IKEA explained that it did not scrap the products. Dash, IKEA hope that customers can give a perfectly new bag a second chance. So you can see, the IKEA did not scrap the product. That means they did not like throw away the products before it was being sold. Then they did something else, right? They asked the customers to give the new bag a second chance. So you can see that there are two options here. Two different actions. As such, we will say instead. Okay? Due to is the same as because. Yes, yes, thanks for pointing that out, Yummy Food. So usually when we talk about conjunctions, I think it's very important to understand the purpose of the conjunction, right? And while the meaning is important, I think the purpose of using certain words will actually drive that thinking process to choose the correct one. Okay, and with that, we have come to the end of this text. I'll just give everyone some time to take in the information before we call it a day. Okay, if you need me to zoom in on any of the questions, do feel sound out. All right. Are there any more questions? Me no like study bad news. Okay. If there are no further questions, then thank you so much everyone for joining me this evening on our Writers at Work TikTok session. I'm teacher Nathan, and I'll be teaching you guys on Sunday afternoons from 3 all the way can be up to 6:15, right? But today we started slightly earlier. So thank you so much for joining me and for your active participation. I really enjoyed talking to you guys over the chat and also going through and explaining the questions to you guys. I hope to see you guys next Sunday, and stay tuned for the explanation on the however versus despite, how versus although, right? We were talking about the different conjunctions to show contrast earlier. Okay, so I'll see you guys around. Yeah, thanks so much, guys. Bye bye. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your kind comments. Okay, see you guys. Bye bye.